I'm currently walking to find a spot to film. It's incredibly beautiful here, but I always want to find something that is a little bit away from people. So this is Balangan. A lot of very nice rooms, a lot of local places to go, and a lot of nice people. I feel like this is one of the places where you can still feel the natural vibes of Bali, which is really cool. You have very nice sets there. Very good waves. Distracted me for a little bit, but this is a place where you can see the sunset. People are super welcoming here, and it's definitely the place to watch sunset, go for a nice surf, go for somewhere where there are not so many tourists yet, and where you can just feel the natural vibes of Bali. So yeah, great place to go to. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this view as much as I am. I've actually filmed this video for a little bit now, and I discovered like I was all over the place. So here's my take two, number two. This is what we're going to talk about today. There is so much we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the dark agenda. We're going to talk about conspiracy theories. We're going to talk about the shadow government, and not in a way that I'm going to feed in conspiracy theories, because you know, I've never truly wanted to talk about these things, because I never wanted to be put into a category of like, oh, you're that kind of girl, you believe in conspiracy, you believe in these things. But I actually think that this is not what conspiracy theories are about. I think a lot of conspiracy theories are just projecting one side of the picture and are still not giving the full picture that people need in order to awaken properly to what is the truth. And so I'm not going to be talking about conspiracy theories, but they will be part of my story today. And I will also, if this is completely new to you, maybe give you some information that is going to change everything for you, that's going to immensely, rapidly change your reality. It's incredibly important information. Like, if you want to truly live a freedom life, then without knowing this, you're never going to get there. So if that's something that you'd like to learn more about, then stay around. So many of you are probably known with the Mayan calendar, that they stopped counting years in the year 2012, and this is the year where most people they believed that this was the end of the world. This is where we were going to see the end times. When you look at the Bible, for example, they also talk about the end times. They talk about the apocalypse. So what they're saying in this part of their script is that we'll see people getting sick, we will see illnesses, we'll see food shortages, we will see like riots, we will see people stand up and riot against each other. And that's what we're actually currently seeing today. And this video is by no means a religion-based video, but I do want to say that, you know, when you have a look at all of these different spectrums of life, and today actually we were talking about with a friend as well, who was saying the exact same thing about Java. He said in Java there is this spirit, the oldest spirit known in Java is called Samara. And Samara was bringing consciousness to people, and Samara allowed Muslims to enter the country. And so what Samara said is that it was okay for them to enter the country if things would stay in balance. And what he said was, he or she, I don't know, it's a spirit, not necessarily a gender, but what he said was that if the Muslims would go into, or or take over, or would go into the negative way, or would go too far into a negative way. And this is by no means as well, like, I have nothing against Muslims. This is just a story that I heard today. So this is just basically one of the things that also represents of what's going on right now. What Samara said is that if the Muslims would take this the wrong way, or would go into a negative way, basically go into it too far, then after 500 years he would come back. And this is the time Samara is coming back, and this is something that comes from the local people here who are saying that. And so this is what we're seeing on a global level. And you might also have heard that we're living in the dark ages. And, you know, looking at all of these things, what do they have in common? Well, they have in common that everything is coming back to the same thing, saying that the world has been going through darkness and is going to move back into balance. There's going to be this new earth, new world order, or however you want to call it. And that is what we're living in right now. And the way that we're seeing that, and you know, if this is going too far over your head, then I just want you to go back to your reality right now. Like, how have you been affected in this year? You know, there has this, I'm not going to say the word, but this illness is being spread out, has affected all of us around the world. Right now, what we're seeing is coming up is food shortages, war, all these type of things. And these are all things that were predicted back then. And I think, you know, understanding this truly is not only knowing that it was once said in these manuscripts, or in these religions, or in these spiritual based you know, ways of living. It's truly that you have to understand that right now the way that we're living is being ruled by dark entities. And it's not so much that it is our job to fight these entities. And I'm calling them entities because basically it is something that is not human. And that's why it has been hidden for so long. It has been hidden for so long because humanity is basically being kept stupid. Humanity is being kept in the unknown, meaning that, you know, for years and ages and years, we have been suppressed. Humanity has been suppressed, and therefore, you know, we see all these modern new age people talking about spirituality, including myself, you know, talking about awakening, talking about how powerful we are, and reprogramming our mind, and this ever expanding consciousness that is part of us and that's within us. And so we are slowly waking up to actually how powerful that we are, how incredibly psychic we are, and how incredibly powerful creators that we are. Because, you know, our power has always been placed outside of us, and that's been part of the agenda, is to make us believe that we need to abide by a certain God, or we need to abide by a certain law or government or anything, any power outside of us in order to have a good life. And so that's the paradigm that we've been living in. Right now we're shifting into knowing that we are the powerful creators. We are the ones who are creating our reality by programming our beliefs, and knowing that we're not just, you know, three-dimensional beings. We are beings who are supposed to live in 5D. We are beings who are supposed to have access to the metaphysical, opening our third eye, all these type of things. It all has to do with the awakening and with the times that we're living in right now. And so it is so important that you know that what we're living in right now is just one big fat illusion. It is not true. The more that you are being fear-based, because that's what they're feeding off. They're feeding off fear, and that's why, you know, the news is projecting so much fear. Not only because it gets your attention, because they know that negativity and fear is addictive, and that's how they keep people in this, wanting to read the news cycle, but it's also because they know that if you are fear-based, you cannot access your psychic abilities, you cannot access your true power, because your true power lies in the vibration of love. It lies in the vibration of trust and enlightenment. So the more that they can suppress our mind, the more that we're stuck in this, you can call it the matrix, right? We can call it assimilation, we can call it whatever you want to call it, a human game, because that is what it is. And I never really truly talk about this because I don't want to be put inside of a box that describes conspiracy theories, because I honestly think that the more you dive into conspiracy theories, and even the word conspiracy is a conspiracy in itself, because it's being made up by people, the same people, the shadow government, who wants people to believe that conspiracy theories are bad, but all that conspiracy theories are doing is questioning the narrative, is questioning what is going on. And so I think that the more that we are aware of this, and the more that we cannot get sucked into anything, not sucked into one guru, not sucked into one reality or one truth, or the more that we can maintain our observing abilities, just becoming the witnesser, the more that we can see the truth for what it truly is. Because we live in a world of duality, meaning that we live in a world that contains dark and light. So what you see right now is that it's not our job, because this is my intention for this video, is for you to awaken to what is going on in the world without being without actually fighting it. Because what are we doing when we're fighting it? We're actually feeding more into it, because we're in a low vibration. And that's exactly where they want to have us, is in a low vibration. So what we need to do is see that nature is made of duality. What does that mean? It means that there's yin and yang. It means that there's the moon and there's the sun. It means that there's shadow, that there's light. Right now, what we're seeing on planet Earth is that the shadow is ruling. It means that the darkness is ruling, and we're going back into balance. So it's never about fighting the darkness. It's about realizing these things. It's about realizing that we live in a reality that's based around duality, that we raise our vibration so that we're raising the frequency of the planet and bringing back the light into the darkness and finding balance again. And this is so crucial. This is probably the most crucial thing that we need to learn in this time. And the more that you are able to step into your own power, the more that you are able to step into your own light and balance it out with your darkness, that's when we're actually going to be able to facilitate this great awakening for the rest of the world. Because like I said before, it only takes an intention to change something huge. People who, only if you think about people who went to the moon, if you think about that, creating a spaceship that is able to transport people from the Earth to the moon, that is a huge undertaking. It's incredible that that's even possible. But where did that movement start? Where did that movement start? It started with an intention. It started with someone who had the idea to bring people from the Earth to the moon. And this is where it all starts in your own life. If you have the intention to change your life, if you have the intention to live in happiness, if you have the intention to live in freedom, that's how you're going to create waves of movement into this world. So you only awakening yourself will help everyone else to awaken and will contribute to the mass awakening. we're so conditioned to only believe in what's visible, and that's the problem nowadays, is that we're only believing in what's visible. We only believe in, what we see. But if we actually know that what we see is all pre-programmed, then what the heck are we doing? It's so shocking to find out how everything that we've been living for is based on a lie. Like everything that I can imagine from growing up, like everything that I used to believe in was a big fat lie. And the more that we can see this, the more that we can live this, the more we can live to this truth and see then what is truth. Because that's what we're going to discover when we come out of the darkness. We're going to discover the light. We're going to find what is truth. What is neutrality? What is something that, is innately truth, and not just a perspective, a projected perspective made by yourself or someone else, but that is neutral, something that is, that is source. That is the base of everything. How can we learn that? And so everything that we've been taught is it's a lie. It's a lie. And so when you start to awaken, you'll see that for sure that we're not the only ones here in this universe. We're actually living in a world that's, you can call it simulated, you can call it the Matrix, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but that's based on an illusion, and that's based on fear-driven agendas. And we live in a world where we are put in this body not even knowing what this body can do and how much access we have to psychic abilities, to insights, to visions, to universal forces. And so you are a powerful creator, you are a powerful being. And what I've been seeing in the world today, and it used to upset me so much to see what was happening to the world and how people were so stupid of not knowing how incredible bodies that they have and their capabilities. It used to upset me so much until I realized that we don't have to fight anything. We don't have to be a warrior in this world. We just need to spread kindness and awareness, and that's all. And anything that is dark by nature, you'll find compassion for when you truly awaken. You'll find compassion for that because you know that we live in a universe of duality, meaning that whatever entity, whatever it is, whether it's dark or light, it's supposed to be this way. That's their nature. They're being true to their nature, and they're honoring that, and in that process they're evolving the universal evolution. They're helping to this universe to expand, and that's what this is all about. It's understanding that we live in a world of polarity, that we live in a world of where contrast is, where we will always find the darkness and the light together, and that we rise above that, and we find a freedom within that, not being stuck in the light, not being stuck in the darkness, but rising above it, seeing it from a neutral viewpoint, and spreading the light and awareness with those around you. And so this is the video. I've not really talked about conspiracies. It's not my goal to do that. That's solely up to you, what you believe in, what you want to look into. But definitely some of the things that you'll find are shocking, and it's some things you'll not sleep. Some things will make you not sleep at night because it's so intensely shocking. But once you've gone through all of that and you start to see what is really true, and you start to discern, because that is extremely important, to discern what is true and what is not, what is man-made and what is not. That's when you're truly going to find your inner freedom. That's where you're going to truly start a life that's based in freedom. because if we never truly understand what this reality is based around, then we're never going to find our freedom. Then we're never going to be independent from it and stand in our own power. And so this video, I think, is truly super important. Yeah, it's extremely important. And yeah, let me know in the comments, what are your perspectives on this? What are your biggest aha moments? Anything that you want to share, I'd love to read it. And if you have liked this video, make sure to like this video, as this video needs to be spread out to anyone who needs to see this right now. And for those of you, by the way, I'm going to share a little bit about the people that I know here, good friends and just very good-hearted people who truly deserve some extra love and attention. So I'm also going to showcase a little bit about just regular life here and where we hang out, the people who we hang out with. So yeah, if you want to give that a watch, please do. I think it's fun. It's like a mini vlog within this video that has to do with the darkness in the world, the people who have been affected by it most. So yeah, if you want to share some love today, yeah, just do so and give these people some love, and spread this message with anyone who needs to see it. I think it's so important to spread this message and to spread this awareness and to help each other to evolve in an empowering way, and not a way that we're going to resist and we're going to fight and we're going to be a warrior and we're going to be angry at the system, because that's not what it's all about. So yeah, make sure to like this video if you haven't already, and make sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel, because I'll be uploading videos every Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so you'll be the first to watch if you do so. Remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Talking about the reality that we're living in right now, these people are the people who are affected most, and behind their smiles there is a lot of worry they had to endure. And so if you're in a neighborhood, if you're in Bali, make sure to see these beautiful and kind people who will not only give you positive smiles and an honest experience, but they will help you to expand your consciousness in their ways. Alright, Donnie, how was the surf?
So the surf's good. We're in Balangan. It was nice. I went with two guys. They catch a lot of wave. The Balangan is good. A lot of people. And respect. It's nice.
Oh, important. Respect is important, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
You serve with customers?
We serve the customer, and they definitely come from Europe. They love Bali, guys. They love so much Bali.
Who doesn't?
I don't know. The guy from Germany. The guy from Slovakia.
You're happy? Business is going well?
Definitely. I'm always happy guy. I live in Bali for 12 years. I'm happy. No complaint. No complaint.
Hey, Donnie, one question. What do you think is happiness?
For me, happiness is about the freedom, definitely from your heart. Yeah, so it's Bali about a lot of people, about I don't know, maybe the religion make me really stronger here. Good vibes. I can meet a lot of people. The people give me happiness. That's the reason. Right?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Great
Yeah.
answer.
Nice.
I think
Thank
that
you.
describes it well.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, so if people want to surf with you, what do they do?
Yeah, Instagram we call Makasi_Bali. So all my contact is on the bio.
Great.
Alright, contact me.
He's the guy.
Thank you.
So we're currently waiting until the tide drops, until we can go in. Yeah, Bali, right now it's actually quite small, but Bali always has good waves. If you compare it to Europe, it's crazy. When you look at Magic Seaweed, it always has a minimum of 3 stars, a minimum. So the conditions are amazing. Bali is a machine. Yeah, we're very excited. Enjoying some food before we go in, and just waiting until most people go out and we can have fun. This is Papa Sunset.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah? Happy with business?
Yeah.
That's good. Always come here.
Yeah.
nice people, good food.
Next time, bring people come back.
Yes, this is the place to be.
Yeah.